Oh yes, today is the day, and not just any day. I mean, look at all of this traffic. As a recording of this, it is July 11th, July being the 7th month of the year, 7-11, the official day to grab a Slurpee. Welcome to today's video. As a recording of this, today is a special day for 7-Eleven. It is officially their birthday, but you can just see the amount of people going in to celebrate 97 years. Can you believe that 7-Eleven has been around for 97 years? I'll never forget the first time that I went to 7-Eleven. I was living out in San Diego, 1986. There was a laundromat we went to, and I would take my allowance, and I'd go to the laundromat and sneak next door and grab a Slurpee. And back then they only had one flavor, it was cherry. And now you can get a ton of different flavors. You can get Mountain Dew, you can get Coke, blue Slurpees, purple, you name it. I believe the free Slurpee is a Mountain Dew flavor, but I'm pretty sure you can get any flavor you want. But look at all the activity behind me. I mean, all the people coming here to celebrate 97 years and to get that Slurpee from 7-Eleven. And there's the first 7-Eleven right there, founded in 1927 in Dallas. Had locations including Florida, Maryland, Virginia, and Pennsylvania by the 1950s. You can see everybody is here for one reason. We're all here for Slurpees. I mean, just think the impact that Slurpees have had. I mean, The Simpsons, the Quickie Mart, creating, what was the name? The Squishy? I mean, that was based off of Slurpees just hanging around a mini mart, a gas station. The nostalgia alone, and I know 7-Elevens have changed throughout the years, but one thing has remained the same, and it's those Slurpees. In fact, they even have Beanie Babies here. I mean, look at the people in front. I mean, the line almost to the back of the door. Slurpee Day 2024. Just grabbing the cup at the top and making your way to the machine. And like I thought, we could get any flavor you want, but they are advertising a certain Mountain Dew flavor, I believe. And I think the trick is putting the top on first. I think it's easier because then you can like overflow it. You know, it is a small size they're giving you, so you have that extended on a hot day, like you want to kind of brace it in like on a Sunday. I'm not seeing the Mountain Dew flavor. Well, of course they have Mountain Dew Freedom Fusion, Coca-Cola, looks like a blue raspberry, and then cherry. And cherry being the first flavor that I ever had, I think I'm just gonna go with the OG and get the classic. There we have it. It's kind of hard to film at the same time because you couldn't just like leave it on the bottom, but yeah, we got our Slurpee. And the straw. Totally free, like nothing, there's no charge at all. Didn't need to use a rewards card or anything. Got our free Slurpee. We'll head outside. Going back to 1986, the first time that I ever saw a Slurpee, and I think it was, I'm gonna use my teeth to take this out. I think it was a red straw back in the day, but it's when I was introduced to like the shovel, the spoon on the end. Like that's how I first ate my first cherry Slurpee. I haven't got a Slurpee for a long time. Usually, I mean, if you follow the channel, I drink a lot of coffee. 7-Eleven has a great coffee, but yeah, this is gonna be great. We're gonna drink a Slurpee on a hot day on the official birthday 7-Eleven. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how hard this was gonna be just to drink a Slurpee. There was so much action. I didn't expect this big a turnout. I mean, it is, I'm kind of squatting down. I got this on, I don't know if it's a recyclable trash can. I'm right on the back side of 7-Eleven. I gotta drink this before it melts. But you don't want to get that brain freeze. So Slurpee Day 2024. I just thought that they were advertising. Maybe it was just the picture I saw online. It looked like a yellow, like a green Mountain Dew flavor, but you know, the straw's green. I was thinking, gotta go with the OG. I like to go with the blue raspberry. I'm a big Coca-Cola fan too. I'll drink Mountain Dew. I mean, who doesn't like sweet soda? But you know, when we're talking the OG Slurpee, like you gotta go with the cherry. I saw some pictures online of cherry Coke, like the old 80s cherry Coke logo. I wonder if that was the original cherry flavor, or if it was just cherry in general, or like a wild cherry. I guess I can't answer that, but yeah. So in 1986, I'm trying to think. We'll do the math here. I'm probably 7 years old. Eat it like this at the laundromat, and actually, there were these little cards, like baseball cards, that were underneath the cup, kind of like, I don't know, maybe Pogs kind of thing, but bigger than Pogs, and way before Pogs. These kids are having the time of their life with these Slurpees, and you know, every time you got one, you had this baseball card underneath there. It was just cool, like being a kid. But then, and it's not to mention like all the other stuff that you'd see at 7-Eleven, you know, the arcades. I mean, I found some pictures online just to kind of relive that nostalgia, and I always wanted to come back here and do kind of like a nostalgic video of 7-Eleven, and I thought, hey, today, of all days, it's the day to do that. I guess gotta watch that brain freeze. Just imagining it's 1986 again, and I'm not in Wisconsin, I'm in San Diego. Here's the 7-Eleven, and then the laundromat. So it's like maybe a little bit closer than the vicinity of this building. I'm gonna use my straw as a pointer. This building and where 7-Eleven is, and if my mind is correct, there was a window busted out on the bottom. Like, I mean, no broken glass left over, but you could like just crawl underneath where you see that cement right here, the bricks, and that's how I went in and out of the laundromat. Of course, I had to share my cherry Slurpee with my dad and my stepmom at the time. It's like, no, I don't want those germs. Like, you know, come on, I used my own money to pay for the Slurpee. So yeah, the back side of 7-Eleven, pretty cool. You know, and then a lot of 7-Elevens in the Wisconsin area turned into gas stations. A lot of them that I remember as a kid were at the end of strip malls. The first one I went to wasn't a gas station, it was just like a Quickie Mart, you know, just like you saw on The Simpsons. But most of them in this area all have gas stations, and I believe it's BP gas. It's kind of like a, there we go, BP gas station, and then 7-Eleven. So, you know, the merger here of two in one, kind of like Pepsi and Mountain Dew, Taco Bell and KFC. 7-Eleven. And currently rush hour, a little bit before 5 o'clock. I'd say maybe 4:30, give or take 10 minutes. A lot of traffic. And you wonder how many of these people are aware that it's 7-Eleven's birthday. Like, 7-Eleven is 97 years old. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever live to be 97 years old, but just because I have this on record, if I do, I'm gonna make sure somehow, some way, I'm gonna get to a 7-Eleven if they still exist. I got some time yet. It's gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna celebrate my 97th birthday at a 7-Eleven, and I'm gonna grab a Slurpee and get brain freeze. Everyone's getting a Slurpee. This is awesome. The only thing I wish is if there would have been a sign like it just said Slurpee. I did see some pictures online of, you know, Slurpee, the home of the Slurpee, or like somewhere out by the sign for the gas. I don't know if I'll ever walk a complete circle around a 7-Eleven again. I didn't really know what else to do with this cup. There is so much activity, like I couldn't just stand. First of all, I didn't even park in this parking lot. I'm over in this front parking lot. I think this is the second or third time I've actually been to this location. The reason I picked this one is it was the closest to an actual like look that you'd remember from 7-Eleven. Some of them really look like gas stations. I mean, even though there's gas pumps over here, you still get some good theming in the front, but unfortunately the nostalgic ones that I really wanted to hit, just the time of the day, it would have just taken forever to get there, and it just could have been a madhouse. Even though this isn't much better, I just kind of picked this to say, hey, you know, let's stop at this 7-Eleven. I want to hit a second one and just see how busy it is compared to this one, because I'm thinking every 7-Eleven on 7-Eleven on July 11th is gonna be crazy, and I didn't really think of that. I didn't know about the free Slurpee today. I just was kind of thinking, like, what daily video should I do today? And I go, it's 7-Eleven today. I wrote the date out, and I go, oh my gosh, it's like 7-Eleven day. I should go. And then I looked it up online, it goes free Slurpee day. I'm like, well, yeah, now we're definitely going and we're doing a video. So that's where I kind of got the spark from. Let's do a daily video on 7-Eleven today and talk about my first experience at 7-Eleven, the nostalgia alone, and you know, one of the great drinks from my childhood. Like one of the first drinks I ever paid for with my own money. We found a place in the shade. I got a nice little spot here to balance the camera. We're gonna have to use the I took the top off. We're gonna have to use the shovel here. I'm gonna call it the shovel. I don't know if this is technically a spoon. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to get the rest of this. I guess that's why they have they got the Slurpee straw. I guess we'll call it the Slurpee straw. That's why they have it on the end. You used to be able to rent movies at 7-Eleven, Movie Quick, and you know, come to think of it, I remember renting movies at gas stations. Not so much 7-Eleven, but when I was living with my mom and my stepdad, after I lived in San Diego, we'd go to like Super America, other gas stations, and yeah, we'd rent movies on a Friday night. All those plastic Slurpee cups, having all those arcade games on there, Galaga, Pac-Man, Q*bert. Like, imagine if you held on to those for this long, like you still had them with that iconic 7-Eleven logo. And I wanted to save the best for last, the arcades at 7-Eleven. Like, just your hangout. Like, imagine just hanging out at 7-Eleven, bringing your quarters, getting a Slurpee, playing arcade games. It's the first place I ever saw Paperboy. All right, we finished our first Slurpee. Not a Slurpee contest, but there is a 7-Eleven a couple of miles down the road. We'll see if they have any of these cups left. It is crazy how many people keep coming into 7-Eleven. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. Getting out of work, going home, picking up the kids, and head to 7-Eleven. 97 years old. Our second 7-Eleven, and a little more low-key over here, because I mean, kind of stop here for a second. I mean, it's more of a gas station. Like, I wanted to go to the main one, the first one, before we stopped here, because it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it says 7-Eleven, but yeah, it's pretty much a BP. Oh, but it's a 7-Eleven with, wait for it, a car wash. That's something you won't see every day. All right, and they still have cups here. Look at this. You can even got the all blue cup, or I'm gonna go with this one. This is the Slurpee Day 2024. What flavors has been the most popular?
I'm not paying attention, but you can see a little bit of the blue.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for the blue raspberry. It is so sticky right here. Like, the amount of people that have come here and gotten Slurpees today. I got the blue. It's just a little too hard to film when you're doing that, because you got to have one hand under there and the other with the knob, and you don't want to overflow it, because it's probably what happened over here. It's allowing kids probably to get Slurpees. But we got our straw, and we got our Slurpee. We got blue raspberry. And I suppose we could have just went to 7-Elevens all day. I could have just taken off of work and just kept drinking Slurpees. So there's nothing really have to do. But if you do have the rewards, tomorrow the 12th, you can get another free Slurpee. So if you're watching this video and you're like, hey, I missed out on National Slurpee Day, free Slurpees, 7-Eleven's 97th birthday, yeah, you can just get the rewards and come back and get your free Slurpee. Also, It's Friday tomorrow, and it's not just any Friday, it's the National Day of French Fries, so it's Friday. Wash it down with a Slurpee. Oh, thank heaven, 7-Eleven. I don't know what it is about blue. I didn't have a lot of blue stuff when I was a kid. You get in the 90s, you know, early 90s, 92, 93, started seeing a lot of more blue raspberry suckers. You'd get the blue M&Ms. Maybe, I don't know if we had that blue marshmallow and Lucky Charms, but yeah, blue raspberry probably the popular flavor. But it's a lot more low-key over here. There's a Culver's drive-through right next to me, so it's kind of the turf war. You get a milkshake or you get a free Slurpee. When I moved back to Wisconsin from California, there wasn't a lot of 7-Elevens. There was some in Milwaukee. There was one or two, but in the suburbs, like where we're at now, there wasn't any 7-Elevens. And you know, back in summer vacation, which a lot of kids are experiencing right now, MTV was so big. You know, they had the, I think it was the Beach House. They play, you know, like Bill Bellamy, that era. I don't remember a lot, but I remember Skilo, I wish I was a little bit taller, was really big that summer. You know, Coolio, after the Gangster's Paradise, and they'd advertise Slurpee every commercial break. You know, you're watching the videos, you're seeing, you know, the beach party, you know, some kind of beach house, and they advertised Slurpee, and it's just like, man, I never get Slurpees anymore. And then they started popping up, and I just couldn't wait. Even though they were like the gas station type, I couldn't wait to go and just, you know, and get the Slurpees, because an icy, it's not the same, and a slushy, it's not a Slurpee. Happy birthday, 7-Eleven. 97 years old. I don't think the woman was too happy about me filming in there. Kind of wanted to just get her thoughts, kind of get her included in the video a little bit, but it wasn't really her jam. But wanted to know what the popular flavor was. You know, what was everybody getting? And she said blue raspberry. I don't know if it came up, I'll find out when I edit, but I didn't want to leave that out, but I just wanted to include her. But there are people here grabbing Slurpees. I wanted to kind of warn them about how sticky the floor is, but yeah, they'll figure it out for themselves. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Hope you got a Slurpee today. Now there are two other gas stations, quick marts, mini marts if you will. One of them is Stripes, the other Speedway. You can get Slurpees at both of them. Our bonus scene, we're stopping at Speedway. And more sticky floors. I have to wash my shoes after this. And more Slurpees. Also, the Big Gulp, $1, they're back. The fountain drinks, not a bad deal. But they do have those free, you can hear my feet, those free cups, the free small Slurpee. Dare I say, do we go for 3?
For free Slurpee?
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you very much. I like the shirt.
If you have the rewards, we would appreciate you putting it in. It does make us look a lot better on paper.
I did use my rewards here. I do have a Speedway rewards. I don't have 7-Eleven because I don't go to 7-Eleven that much. More Speedway, I suppose. I mean, hence they do have the same products here, but try not to blind you with the sun. But yeah, the Speedway and Stripes. I've never been to Stripes. Not sure where Stripes is located, but yeah, I got the blue raspberry. So 3 Slurpees. Looks like a cardio night. Probably tomorrow too. So, but hey, when in Rome, celebrating 7-Eleven, turning 97. That rhymes. And our final stop is their sister company at Speedway. Final Slurpee. I feel like I'm just hanging out, you know, back in high school again, just hanging out in front of the mini mart, you know, the quickie mart, Simpsons, 7-Eleven. No, we're at Speedway. Summer vacation all over again. This is a little bit more tart than it's a little different. You know what? It does taste a little bit better. I had to say that they were good, but tasted a little. This is more sugary. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Plus, my throat It's our third one. I just feel so like congested. So yeah, definitely working out after this. Happy birthday, 7-Eleven.